Okay, we are ready for step 2 in doing the collar on your shirt. I want to interject here that I have given you a construction order based off of industry sewing or knowing sewing operations, and also for quicker sewing. It truly is easier. It doesn't require as much, doesn't require any hand stitching to close up the collar facing on the collar band, anything like that. So you need to kind of put away your instructions. They may actually be this, but generally they're not quite like this. They usually ask you to hand stitch close the back. And we're going to stitch it all with the machine. So with that being said, you have your two interfaced collars. We're going to start with the collar pieces. And if you had done that under collar on the softest interface piece that gave you the stays, little pockets, then that would be done by now. I'm not going to put that on my shirt, so I have just left it off. There's nothing that says you have to put that on there. So we're going to pin these two together now, right sides, matching. Before I ever do that, I'm going to step back here. I'm going to mark which of these on here on the outside is my firmest. And that's going to be important to know here in a little bit after we've turned it. Usually you can feel it and tell, but just to keep everything straight, I'm going to put a pin in just that one so that you can tell exactly which one is the firm side of the collar. So I'm going to now put this right sides together, and I'm going to pin it from the firm side up on top, this, and the soft one underneath. So we're going to pin it that way, and that has to do because when you put it through the machine, we want this softer one to be next to the feed dogs. You always want the side that is the softest, not the firmest, or has the most to ease or move through next to your feed dogs. It's just a general rule in sewing, and you want to always make sure that you have it that way. It will go together much if you do that. So let's mark our, make sure our center markings are there. And then down here, it's there. I'm going to put one in. And be sure. You really want to keep everything very accurate. Those raw edges even, because that's what's going to make this go together really, really well. Because if you follow your markings and your accuracy, the other thing is when we stitch this, we're going to stitch three sides. We're going to stitch there and like this in a continuous stitch. And we're leaving open the double notched edge right here. Double notched edge. There's my two little notches. That we're not stitching right now. So that stays open. And we stitch. Here's that double notch. So show you. This right there. This edge is not stitched closed right now. We're going to stitch these three edges. And if it'll help you to turn exactly and be very accurate, this is a time when you might want to have a pencil or a marker of some kind that doesn't bleed through and will go away if it did bleed through. And you might want to mark your turning point, which this is 3/8 of an inch of a seam allowance. So if I know that I've got 3/8 like this, okay, and I go over here and mark 3/8 like this, I know I've got my little pivot point right there. So I'm going to go and do the same over here. Stand right after it. And there's my pivot point on that point. And now you would go to the machine and sew that. Which I have done here. It is sewn. Again, I sewed it with this soft side down, and I need to make sure and get a pin in here, back in here. Sorry about that crunch there. I dropped the scissors next to the microphone over there. So we can keep track that this is the heavy one. Might have to take it back out here in a minute to do some pressing, but until then, just always make sure that you're keeping one of those in there. So we want to trim this now. We're going to trim our corners. Remember our what we did in Sewing Fundamentals 1 when we learned about corners and trimming them. We cut down and then we're going to cut away like this, that. Here, same thing. Now, don't get extremely close, because if you get extremely close, you'll have little hairs that will pop through on your corner. You don't want that. So you want to be watching that you don't get too terribly close to your stitching. Now the rest of this is a 3/8 of an inch seam, and I would kind of like to have only 1/4 of an inch in it. So I'm going to trim that down to 1/4 of an inch left behind. And you do want to try to keep this pretty accurate in your trimming. Don't be going in and out of the 1/4 of an inch too much, because it will maybe show an edge through when you're pressing out on the front side. Now, if you have a pattern, and probably a female gendered pattern, it probably had 5/8 of an inch seam allowances. So you'd be doing 5/8 of an inch seam allowances and then trimming them down to like this 1/4 of an inch after you stitch them. Now, if you are so inclined, you could trim those seam allowances down to 3/8 of an inch all the way around it on your pieces, and that way it really does stitch together easier with a smaller seam allowance. You'll find that out as we go along here. Okay, so now we have trimmed it, and now we're going to press this. Now to press it, we're going to use a point press, point turner. That's this lovely thing. Okay, now they can be just this piece on a thing. This one happens to be what they call the full tailor's one. It gives us a whole bunch of other kinds of edges to work with, sleeve edges, etc. But we're going to use this one here, the point one. And what we're going to do is we're going to press those open. So I'm going to put on all 3 sides. I'm going to put it right in there. And there we go. That's good. So, this one. continue on around like this. And I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so here it is all pressed out on all three sides there, and this really, really helps us when you turn it now. If you have pressed that really carefully, make sure that it's really pressed open, no overlapping or pleating in the seam, because that will make it not press nice and flat when we get ready to now turn it. So it's time to turn this out. I'm just going to turn with our fingers here as much as we can press in that corner. And then with a corner turner, this little corner press, this happens to be a bamboo one. You can get them in plastic, metal even, but it just really helps point that turner right here. You can also take it and slide it along the edge of your seam and really make sure that that's all nice and crisp right out of there. If you don't have a point turner, you know, there's such a thing as using a chopstick, a knitting needle that's dull. You just want something that's dull, even though it has a point. Don't be tempted to use your scissors because you're going to end up slicing into that corner, and you don't want that to happen. And there's many times that over the years that I've used like a dull pencil even, something like that. It's not a sharpened pencil, but a nice dull. Now we're going to go along here. We're going to move that out the way, and we're going to press this now. Now, the firmest side, and we're going to get rid of our pin again here for a little bit. The firmest side right here, that is our outside. So we want to make sure that we really get it pressed right on the edge, and that we don't have collar peeking over. Know that you're getting that because these edges over here should be even. Let's look from the right side now here, see if we've got it started right. So I'm going to continue pressing that, and then I'll show you that when I'm done. Okay, I've got it all turned and pressed out really neatly. I put this pin back in the firmest side so that I know which side that is, because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a couple of pins here so it doesn't slide, and we're going to go and close this edge. Now this on this shirt is 3/8 of an inch. If yours was 5/8 inch yet, you're going to close it actually just 1/8 of an inch. I'm just going to stitch this right now just to keep it down. We will later have it stitched at the seam allowance that it's supposed to be, but just to close it so it stays flat and doesn't get moving around on us while we apply other things, we're just going to stitch it closed at 1/8 of an inch with a regular stitch. Then I'm going to come out here on all of these edges from the top side, which is the firmer here, and I'm going to edge stitch. Top stitch, edge stitch, and I am only going to do it on the edge. That is the traditional way for shirt making. If you really want to do 2 rows or farther in, 1/4 of an inch, whatever that is, and with decorative thread or a decorative stitch, that is your choice for designing. So I'll show you what that looks like when I get that done. Okay, here it is. It's closed up at 1/8 of an inch over here, so it's laying nice and flat. And then I edge stitched right along this edge of the 3 sides. And there our collar is prepped and ready for when it is due to be stitched on to the stand.